Hotep, you guys. Welcome back to the Chosen Few channel with the Real Bookworm. And as always, may your name live on forever, and may your memory, family, your memory never die. Y'all see the title? We're gonna get right off into this one. And as always, we are going to do it right. Um, GCHD, for those that don't know, that stands for Galveston County Health District. Okay, that's the health district in the county that I live in. So I'm saying Galveston County Health District denied my open record request, and I'm asking why. Actual documents. I'm going to show you the actual documents tonight. I'm going to show you guys what my open records request was, and so you can see for yourself if I was asking for something outlandish or not, right? And I'm going to show you one of they denied my open records request for multiple reasons. I'm going to show you for what one of those reasons was pertaining to, and you're going to see that it's pertaining to litigation. As I said, I'm going to prove my claims. That's why I say this a must see. I'm going to put the documents in here, family. I mean, we just got to put this on the record because this is a very serious situation. So without any further ado, let me do it right before I just start talking about it. Might as well do it right. Hold on. Just a second. Just a second. Let me get this screen share up, family. Sorry about that. How y'all doing today, though? Y'all doing all right? Huh? Good, good, good. I'm glad y'all doing well. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do it right. Okay? So Galveston County Health District and Coastal Health and Wellness, y'all need to do the right thing. Now listen, they need to do the right thing by going on the record and telling us what happened with this situation I'm about to describe. Now listen, they denied my request for information they normally give freely. Think about that. This is one of the points that I'm going to make with this video. They denied my request. I'm going to prove that. I'm going to show you what the request was. I'm going to show you why they denied it. One of the reasons why they denied it. But the information that they denied me was information that they normally give freely. And when I show you that, I want you to ask, well, why did they deny this information to Matthew Daniels, the real bookworm? And all of my intelligent people, the light bulb is going to go off. So look, this is a picture of Coastal Health and Wellness, Galveston County Health District, two entities that I am addressing. But why am I addressing them? Real quick, backstory. In 2018, headlines like this was splashed all across the news. Galveston County Health District. County clinic patients potentially exposed to HIV and hepatitis. Over the course of 3 years, Coastal Health and Wellness lapsed in their sanitation procedures at one of their dental clinics that service the lower income families in our community. And because of this, over 9,500 people have potentially been exposed to HIV and hepatitis in Galveston County, right? And so I immediately began to investigate this, and I investigated it for several years. So after about 2 years, it seemed like they were acting as if the investigation was over. Was nothing to worry about. I tried to call and get questions answered. Nobody would answer my questions. I would go up there and try to talk to people about it. I was getting shut down. I was getting a lot of red tape when I was trying to get an update. Because to me, I said, okay, you guys said that y'all potentially exposed over 9,500 people to HIV and hepatitis. The logical question after 2 years is like, okay, so how are we going with that? I wanted to know simple things like, okay, how many of those 9,500 have you tested? How many of those tests came back positive? How many came back negative? Like I don't need personal information about a person's name, but you told us that you potentially exposed over 9,500. So like, think about it. Why not come out and say, woo, hey, we done tested 8,000 people. Nobody was infected. All clear, guys. When I asked the question, Why not say, oh, look, we still working on it, but we've tested 5,000 people, but out of those 5,000 people, only this many came back positive. We know we spooked you guys with this headline, but this is where we at. This is where the investigation is at. You know what I mean? Calm down. Why not say that? One would assume that they would say that, but if they would have to say something that would make them look bad, something like, oh, well, out of those 9,500, we've only tested 700. And I'm just hypothetical number. We've only tested 700. And then out of those 700, over 100 people have come back. Then that update would be eye-opening to the people. And so I was wondering why they wouldn't give me some kind of update. And it got so bad to where, I called up there. And one of the guys who in 2018, I called up there and he told me that he was part of the investigation. I talked to this man in 2020, right? He didn't want to answer my simple questions that I was asking about the numbers. I put the video up on my channel. I was asking him about the numbers. He didn't want to answer the questions. Then he told me that I could find out if I filed an open records request. He said he couldn't tell me, but they could tell me. I had every right to know that information that I was asking. This is a guy involved in the investigation. He says he can't disclose it, but I have every right to know the answers to questions. All I have to do is file an open records request. He told me that I could go up there, get an open records request, fill it out, and turn it back in, and they would give me my answers. So I went up there, got the open records request, filled it out, turned it in. They denied it. And even while I was up there, I asked one of the ladies up there about filling it out. I talked to a lot of people, but we're gonna get to that. But then they denied me. So what did I ask for? What did I really ask for? What did I really ask for? This is great. This is going on the record. It's going on the record. Galveston County Health District Public Information Request Form. Name Matthew Daniels. My email, blanked out my address, So I say medical records. This is how they told me to write it, so they know what what department to look for the information I'm asking for. So I say medical records. Between March 15, 2015 and February 28, 2020, how many Galveston County residents were tested for hepatitis and HIV? How many of those tests came back positive and how many came back negative? And so I told them that they could email the records to me. Signed, date, February 28, 2020. You see, this is 2 years after the story dropped in 2018, like I said. Now, I'm not intending this to be my only open records request, right? And so it's several pieces of information that I needed to build the picture. For one, I ultimately needed to know how many of that 9,500 got tested, right? And so to get that group, I was going to have to do another open records request with a different date range, okay? Between this date and that date, between the date that they told people to come up there and be tested and between the date of me asking for the open records request. Then I would know how many people they had tested in that time period. And so I could glean how close it was to 9,500 people. You understand what I'm saying? But I also wanted, like you always need a history or pattern to kind of gauge things off of. When I was working for McDonald's, I was a general manager for McDonald's, and in order to predict next year, and in order to plan for the month that you were in, you would often look at that month last year on the calendar, and then the year before that on the calendar to know how that month went. So I went back all the way to 2015 for one, because I wanted some information prior to when they told us what happened in 2018, but also they said that they had lapsed in the sanitation procedures for 3 years. So they began the lapse in the sanitation procedures from 2015 to 2018. 2018, they got busted. right? 2020, I'm asking for the information. So I decided with this first one, I want to go all the way back to 2015 when they first began to lapse in their sanitation procedures and see how many people were coming up there to be tested and how many tests were coming back positive. Normal questions for the story that I read, right? Normal question. Normal question. Y'all seeing then pretty much nothing else. I told them to email it to me. Okay? Now check this out, family. Now, where is it at? Where is it at? Look, you see what it says records requested, right, with a hand in? It says be as specific as possible so your request can be handled in a timely manner. Now, you could attach an extra sheet of paper to your open records request if you wanted to try to explain it better so that they would clearly understand what you were saying. And if they didn't understand, they were supposed to contact you. So I added this so they would know exactly what I wanted and why. I said on March 24, 2018, the Galveston County Daily News ran a story about coastal health and wellness. The article said that between the dates of March 15, 2015 and February 12, 2018, over 9,000 people in Galveston County have been potentially exposed to HIV and hepatitis at the Coastal Health and Wellness Clinic. Members of the community who have been seen as patients at that clinic during that specified time period were asked to report to the Galveston County Health Department to be tested for HIV and hepatitis. As part of my public information request, I would like to know a few things. Between the dates of March 15, 2015 and February 28, 2020, how many Galveston County residents were tested for HIV and hepatitis? I would also like to know, out of those tested, how many tests came back positive and how many tests came back negative. So there's the question. Right? Between those dates, I would like to know how many Galveston County residents were tested for HIV and hepatitis, and how many tests came back positive, and how many tests came back negative. Normal question. Now, you may be asking, but why did you include that stuff in the beginning about the coastal health and wellness? That's probably what scared them off, Matthew Daniels. That's probably why they didn't want to respond. They knew you was looking into the 9,000, blah, 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 blah. Exactly. Exactly. If you can reasonably deduce in your mind that just by me simply adding why I want to know this information, it ain't the information that I want. Your mind is going to why I want the information, right? And their mind went to why I wanted the information. You see, because that how I wrote my open records request, it caused them to expose themselves. But and here's the thing, they already knew who I was. Again, I was calling up there, I was emailing them, I was going up there in person and talking to people about this subject. So even if I didn't put this in my open records request, they would have known anyway, right? But now, as the scribe, the historian, this is logged into the historical account. I made sure that was included in the records. Why? For moments like this right here. I'm always thinking down the line. Okay, y'all burn me. Y'all don't want to give me the information. I want it to be clear to everybody what's going on. So that's what I asked for, family. Now, some of you may be saying, and it's your right to have your opinion. Some of you may be saying that they shouldn't have to tell you how many people they tested or how many people are positive in your area. Some of you may think that. And listen, it's not about you. It's about them. That's why I got them on the screen. I'm talking to you. I'm talking about them. So listen. I said Galveston County Health District and Coastal Health and Wellness, do the right thing. Give the people the real update. And if necessary, hold yourselves accountable and rectify the situation how you should. And then I also said they deny my request for information they normally give freely. And I said, think about that. But what am I talking about? Watch this, family. So I asked them, right? I asked them between the dates of March 15, 2015 and February 28, 2020, how many Galveston County residents were tested for HIV and hepatitis? I would also like to know, out of those tested, how many tests came back positive and how many tests came back negative. Just trying to see how many people positive, how many people negative in Galveston County. That's what I'm trying to ascertain, right? Now, they ultimately denied me, but I want y'all to see something. Check this out, family. This is where it get really crazy. This is where it get really crazy. Y'all see this? Galveston, look at this website. This is on the internet. Random site on the internet. Galveston County, Texas. HIV prevalence. Right? Look. Counties. County. Galveston County. I got it underlined. Look, right here. Galveston County. Total population, 239,433. Number of people with HIV, 643. Percent of population with HIV, 0.27%. You see? But this says this data is from the CDC's, I don't know what those letters mean, 2012 Atlas. So this is some information from 2012 appears. But look, counties, Galveston County, number of people with HIV. They tell you the number of people with HIV in Galveston County, Chambers County, Brazoria County, Harris County, blah blah, on and on and on and on and on. So if my question is literally about how many people you tested from this time to this time, and how many of those tests came back positive, how many of those tests came back negative, and you deny my request. But I can go to a website and I can see Galveston County, Texas, total population, number of people with HIV, 643. Percent of the population with HIV, 0.27%. 2012. Who put this out? How did they get this? Is somebody going to take them to court? Huh? Are they going to go to court behind that? What about them? Houston Chronicle. Houston Chronicle running the story. HIV cases increase in Galveston County. Despite last year's jump in numbers, infection rate still below state average. How do they know this? June 19, 2003. If they don't talk, this is if the numbers of people who are testing positive for HIV, if that is that which shall not never be spoken of, he whose name should not be mentioned, right? Oh, he whose name should not be mentioned, right? You deny my open records request. What are these people doing talking about? Where are they getting these numbers from? But remember why I wanted the numbers. Now they want the numbers. They just want to put the numbers out, put it out there. So, inform the people, which is good. People do need to be informed. And yes, I want to inform the people as well. But I also want to piece together, is there a cover up going on? Like, how could this matter be resolved? How many of those 9,000? I want to know how many of those 9,500 they tested. How many came back positive? How many came back negative? But look at this. Oh, he whose name should not be mentioned. HIV cases increase in Galveston County. Look, the number of new HIV cases in Galveston County last year, although the county's rate of infection is lower than the state average. 41 new cases of HIV infection, virus responsible for AIDS, were reported in the county in 2002. 19 new cases of HIV infection were reported in 2001 in the county, while 36 were reported in 2000. So they give you the number for 2000, the number for 2001, and the number for 2002. Fam, think about what I'm telling you, man. Oh, he whose name should not be mentioned. Y'all saw what I asked these people in my open record request. Look, positive results of HIV tests at clinics, hospitals, and doctors' offices are reported to the Texas Department of Health as required by state law. According to the Texas Department of Health, Galveston County has 391 residents living with HIV or AIDS. Listen, they don't mind giving you this information. I guess depending on why you want the information and the specific information that you want. I'm going to show y'all litigation. Numbers for the beginning of 2003 have not been released. Now, it's old information. But Dr. Sharon Melville at the Texas Department of Health said the county's rates traditionally have been slightly less than the state's average. It's crazy. Look, statewide, 190 of, well, that's just the show over and over and over. They don't mind talking about it, man. Read it out. Look, in neighboring Harris County, 34.5 new cases of HIV were found per 100,000 residents in 2002, and 345.3 per 100,000 are living with HIV and AIDS. They don't mind giving you this information. Y'all saw my open records request. Why they denied me? Now, the people that denied me was Galveston County Health District. When I asked Galveston County Health District for numbers, they said they couldn't give me numbers, and I had to file the open records request. I filed the open records request. They got a team of lawyers to contact me. That team of lawyers contacted the Attorney General, and they said, no, we're not going to give this guy the numbers. Is it because of why I was asking for the numbers? Look, Galveston County sees slight increase in number of people living with HIV. Post date 4/11/2019. More than 1,000 people are living with HIV in Galveston County. That statistic comes from the Texas 2017 HIV surveillance report published by the Texas Department of State Health Services, which includes information on HIV infection, AIDS, and people living with HIV cases diagnosed December 31st, 2017 to June 30th, 2018. The number of people living with HIV includes records to listen. Why did they deny me this? The specific records I wanted. Why did they deny me? You see, that's the question. That's the question. GCHD denied my open records request. Why? Actual documents, proof of litigation, must see. Now let's get to the proof of litigation. So I showed you what this is about. I showed you what my open records request is. I'm telling you, they denied my open records request. I'm sure I showed you what I asked for. I showed you them in plenty of other contexts, even the people that denied me. I showed you them in plenty of other contexts, freely giving the information that I wanted. But the only difference is why I wanted the information, family. Now, look, they give several reasons. Now, I'm not going to show all of this just yet, but I got to hold back some of my documents. You know, family, y'all understand. Y'all intelligent. I can't just put everything on here. But I will, and I will put enough. So look, Galveston County Health District and Coastal Health and Wellness, they need to do the right thing and go on the record of just about this thing. Tell us the actual factual truth. What did the investigation find? And everybody affected by this, they need to be made whole. But look, I say they deny my request for information they normally give freely. Think about that. Now, family, when they reached out to the Attorney General to deny me my open records request, they had to tell me the reasons why they were telling the Attorney General they wanted to deny me my open records request. And here's one of the reasons. Check this out. Read it for you. We're gonna read it and comprehend it for ourselves. Look, request for Attorney General's decision, Monday, March 9th, 2020. Page 3 of 3. Right? So this third page. We're gonna start at this paragraph. GCHD. This is them. GCHD believes the requested information, the information that I requested, those numbers. GCHD believes the requested information is accepted pursuant to Texas Government Code, blah, 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 because GCHD has been in constant contact with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services beginning June 28, 2018, regarding 151 unresolved claims of which GCHD may be a party to. Now that's interesting. Remember, 151 unresolved claims. Now they have been in constant contact with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the same people who was freely putting that information online that I just showed you, beginning. They have been in constant contact with them beginning June 28th, 2018, regarding 151 unresolved claims, of which GCHD may be a party to. Now, you tell me who other than me has told you that? Who other than me? The biggest number I've seen, and I'm not saying I see everything. I could have missed something. That's why I'm saying go on the record. I could have missed some, but the highest number I seen was 6, family. Now remember, this back in 2020. Not now, but in 2020, the highest number I had seen was 6. In 2020, who told y'all that they had 151 unresolved claims, of which GCHD may be a party to? You feel me? Who told you this? Now think about it. This is one of the things I told TJ House of I-45 now. You think he gonna go on the record? No, this man ain't gonna go on the record. Man ain't trying. He's not trying to get to the. Listen, seriously. In all seriousness, though, he not trying to get to the bottom of nothing, man. He not doing no serious journalism. He just getting stuff, running with it, getting spoon-fed stuff, putting it out. He ain't trying to get to the bottom of nothing. He ain't trying to rock the boat. He ain't trying to tell you no truth. Whatever they say, they lie to him. He gonna take it. He gonna regurgitate it. This man argued with me about this situation. He argued with me about this situation, and I literally knew more than him. That's when I saw that it could be a bluff tactic with some people. They bluffing, man. You can't bluff. Nah, you can't bluff me. You can't bluff me. You just can't bluff me. You cannot bluff me. You got to be who you say you are. TJ wasn't who he said he was. Galveston County Health District, Coastal Health and Wellness, in this situation, they are not who they say they are. And they wasn't gonna bluff me. Nah, man, nah. I knew something was up. And look, I want you to know this. Listen, moreover, the information that I'm seeking, I showed you what I'm seeking. How many people was tested and how many came back positive? How many people were tested and how many came back positive? They can't lie. How many people came back negative? They can't lie. That's all I asked for. But look what they say about it. Moreover, the information sought relates to the potential litigation because it's centered on alleged HIV and hepatitis infections. Courts have held that the exception applies not only to pending litigation, but to litigation that is reasonably anticipated. So, this exception, they can deny me not only because of the 151 unresolved claims in pending litigation, but to litigation that is reasonably anticipated. Like if they reasonably anticipated to have more litigation behind this, they can withhold it again because it's part of, like, you know, it may have to come out in discovery or something like that. You know, I'm not a lawyer. But listen, so they go on to say, because the requester seeks information, because the requester seeks information related to litigation that GCHD reasonably anticipates, and the information sought relates to the litigation, GCHD requests a determination from your office whether the information contained in Exhibit 2 must be disclosed or withheld. Facts. I told you. They came out and said that over 9,500 people were potentially exposed to hepatitis and HIV. They said it. I started calling up there asking questions. 2 years go by. I try to call up there and ask questions. I get shut down. I say, well, how many people have you tested? Shut down. Well, how many tests came back positive? Shut down. How many tests came back negative? Shut down. Why won't you answer these questions? These are legitimate questions. Oh, you can get the answer to the question, but you got to file an open records request. Okay, I filed an open records request. Boom. This is what happened with the open records request. But then I show you them talking about this type of stuff regularly. But what's the difference? Is the difference the litigation that's reasonably anticipated? But then even with that, what I'm saying is they want to gloss it over. But even putting people in a mental state that you potentially expose them to HIV and hepatitis, you need to be held accountable for. What they did when this first happened, all of the directors at Coastal Health and Wellness, they just started to resign and try to like fade off into the night. That's what they do, man. They'll resign, they'll switch jobs, switch cities, go somewhere else and do the same stuff, man. But what about the people that were affected? What about real talk? What about those 9,500? Y'all trying to protect coastal health and wellness. Y'all trying to protect Galveston County Health District. Y'all trying to protect y'all image. We don't want it to be panic. Or we don't want people to think that we're monsters. Or we got to keep this thing under wraps. But what about the 9,500 people? You never care about the people. That's what your downfall is. You never care about the people. You never care about the people. You see, and your sole reason for existing is to care about the people. Galveston County Health District, you literally go places and inspect them to make sure that they're up to standard. You would shut down a McDonald's if they not up to code, but you inspected coastal health and wellness for over 3 years, and you let them lapse in procedures that didn't just Ella. They ain't just give somebody food poisoning. You talking about HIV and hepatitis, man. You would shut down McDonald's. You out of control. Y'all out of control, man. Y'all owe those people. You need to make them people whole again. And the community, Galveston County as a whole, need the truth. You give these numbers in context. Give the numbers in context to your investigation. You said you're going to investigate it. Show us the investigation. Where are we at with the investigation? This is crazy, man. So, Galveston County Health District and Coastal Health and Wellness, y'all need to do the right thing, man. They denied my request for information they normally give freely. I want y'all to think about that. All right, so let me get out of here, get back to you guys. All right, man. I kept y'all about 30 minutes, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all too much long. I just wanted to drop in and show y'all that just to further smash the gas, further let these, just let them know what it is, man. GCHD denied my open records request. Why? Actual documents, proof of litigation, must see. This your brother Matthew Daniels, aka I'm Pooh, aka the Chosen Few, aka the Real Bookworm. But I'm not just a bookworm world, I'm the real bookworm. Make sure you get it right. As always, may your name live on forever, and may your memory never die. Hey, y'all go get that book Big Game Hunting. Y'all go get that book Suicide Note. Y'all go get that book Thicker Than Water. And y'all go get that book My Beautiful and Loving Wife, all by the Scribe Matthew Daniels. You can get it at the link that's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. DandyandBigHerm.com. Signed copies coming directly from me. Support the Real Bookworm. Support the revolution. Support the movement. And support the end of corruption. It's time to go on the record, man. For real, for real. Big Game Hunter.